Fringe, the perfect blend of sci-fi, mystery and humour. Yes, it's true, Sky One's living out every Fringe fan's dream and is bringing you exclusive access to the show.
Turn that off! Turn it off!
And no stone will be left unturned.
Are we giving away all the juicy secrets on Fringe Season 2?
But even with inside access to the cast and crew, how much will they let slip?
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Step back! Work to be done.
Fringe tells the story of Olivia Dunham, an FBI agent who's been recruited to the super-secretive Fringe Division. To help stop a series of scientific crimes known as the Pattern, Olivia enlists the help of Walter Bishop, a scientific genius who's been institutionalized for 17 years. Olivia also enlists the help of Walter's estranged son, Peter. They're helped out by FBI agent Astrid Farnsworth, who works with Walter in the lab, and Philip Broyles, who runs the Fringe Division. Nina Sharp, who runs the powerful company Massive Dynamic, occasionally lends a hand. Together, the Fringe team try to unravel the pattern and keep the world safe. There's only one way to find out everything there is to know about Fringe. Head to Vancouver, Canada, and get on set to talk to the cast and crew. During the filming of the explosive second season, Sky One is here to get what every Fringe fan wants: insider information on one of television's most exciting shows.
We're shooting some scenes in a house where we've just finished finding a body in a cupboard, which is a little bit revolting. I'm okay when we're dealing with just dead bodies, but when they start dissecting them, that's when I start to get a little bit queasy. Like, that's the boys' domain, not mine.
With exclusive behind-the-scenes access, you'll learn everything possible about Fringe, including what it's like to work in a world of science gone bad.
It gets a bit gallows and a bit blue too, and we laugh and poor. It's quite a shock to the guest actors that come in. You've got to let me out of here. I need therapy when I leave.
15, take one.
Done it before.
And action!
You can assist me to remove his scalp.
Walter, it's almost midnight.
Once you get used to the smell, it's really quite something.
Good. Great. Now print the last two.
Fringe is about more than just science. It's about the characters, and they're a fascinating bunch.
Well, we meet Olivia, and she's this bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, hard-working FBI agent who's having an affair with one of her co-workers, but then that sort of all explodes very, very quickly. You know, by the end of the first episode ever, she's a shadow of her former self. You know, she's quite cold and detached, at work anyway.
We don't know each other well enough for you to say something like that to me, sir.
She's an alien to herself in some ways, and she's trying to figure out what it is that makes her so important in this world.
Olivia is a funny one. I'm never quite sure if she's watching or if she's being watched.
Walter Bishop is a rare animal. He's a genius. He's got an IQ of 196, so therefore he's awfully eccentric to start with.
Coroner's on his way with a body.
You know, this is the part of the day that I look forward to most. And I know there's something bizarre out there. I just don't know what it is.
People will say he's a little nutty, but he has very poor manners.
Safe sex is important. You do always have your sexual partners wear a condom. Oh, Walter.
You know, he does have a dark side. There's no question about that.
We always imagined him as kind of a Frankenstein meets Einstein.
Walter Bishop was subjected to a lot of drugs by his own hand and then subsequently in a mental institution, and also to electric shock therapy. So when we first meet him in the pilot, he's a real mess.
I knew someone would come.
So Walter's the most brilliant man alive who lost his mind.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I understood him as soon as I read it. I said, oh, yeah, I got him. I know this fella. What does that say about me? I'm not sure.
Sometimes I'm not quite sure where John stops and Walter starts. I don't know.
Everyone's got secrets that they think are really, really, really bad, and they would never tell anyone. It might be something really innocuous, and they're probably not horrendous. His are. I mean, his are like war crimes, really, but I don't know, I just like him, and I like the fact that he struggles.
I'd hang out with him.
Peter, look at me. Daddy?
Peter is the son of a brilliant man, and when that happens, sometimes I think you live a little bit in their shadow. He is equally smart, but as a result of his father's eccentricities and his unusual upbringing, Peter, kind of a little bit of a con man.
My resume is hardly traditional, but around these parts, traditional increasingly means irrelevant.
Now, the FBI needs him because he's the only one who can communicate with this mad, brilliant man, his father, who wants nothing to do with.
Peter is someone who has a shady background, and he's been sort of hard to pin down.
Shady deals with shady guys in shady hotels is my MO.
Astrid Farnsworth is an extremely smart individual. So far, we've got that she majored in linguistics. She took computers apart when she was little. You know, she graduated from Quantico. She's top of her class. And we're in. Astrid found her way into the Fringe division, I think because she is so brilliant and she picks things up really quickly. They needed somebody to be in this lab with this kind of zany out there doctor to help him in his transition from mental institution to Harvard laboratory. And she's got all these people who have died, these horrible deaths, but the good thing is that she's helping figure out, you know, how they died so that more people don't get that way.
Kidneys appear normal.
It also gave him 4 extra nipples. She's got some little secrets that are gonna come out surely.
Burroughs is the head of this super scientific team of special investigators, a governmental agency that investigates these super scientific crimes of murder and terrorism.
Agent Dunham, there is much you have not been made aware of regarding the pattern.
Burroughs is a pretty poker-faced kind of guy. The first half of season 1, Burroughs always knew more than he let on. At the end of the day, you know, we're agents, we're soldiers. So there's a certain sense of what's confidential, what's secret, and what's not. And that has to be adhered to. And Burroughs does that as a commander very well. Is Burroughs good or bad? On a show like this, you never know.
She seems to have a long connection to Olivia, to Broyles, to Peter, and this is not explained yet.
And Nina Sharp is the face of Massive Dynamics. She's the face, kind of the chief operating officer.
I owe Massive Dynamic my life, and that is not an exaggeration.
Massive Dynamic, as you may or may not know, is kind of just one of these huge corporations.
I've asked, what other bionic bits do I have? And I just get a very coy sort of, we'll see what happens. So that's the other thing. I'm not even sure I'm human. I don't know. I'm not sure the writers know. I suspect they do. Whether she is a force for good or a force for evil.